Hi, it's Mike with AskTractorMike.com. Well, I'm actually going to answer two viewer letters today that are tied together, weirdly enough, with AI. Don't you just love AI? And we're going to talk about both of them, and I would ask if you've got input on either topic, please put it in the comments below, because I'm going to give my opinion, but, opinions on these topics can vary on where you live. And I'm also going to give you a gentle reminder today that if you haven't done one thing to your tractor and you live anywhere north of the Mason-Dixon line, you need to be doing it. And maybe even if you live south of the Mason-Dixon line. Let's get to the letters first. First letter today comes from Chris. And Chris says, "Hi, Mike. On our small 60-acre ranch, we raise sheep and horses, which means I use my tractor year-round. Since, like me, you know our Ozark winters, would you recommend I switch oil types, in other words, viscosity and weight, with the change from summer to winter? Or should I simply allow more warm-up time in the winter if I choose to stay with the summer oil?" Chris. Well, Chris, you live in Missouri. I live in Missouri. I've lived around here my entire life. I've never changed the oil based on season. I've just run whatever's in the tractor, and we've never had any issues with that. I think if you're across the Midwest, Missouri, Tennessee, Kentucky, that way, I don't think it gets cold enough to worry about viscosity of oil. Now, if you have a different opinion, put it in the comments down below, but I wouldn't worry about it. And I was kind of wondering, I've actually never heard of anybody in my area changing oil because of the seasons. And so I kind of wondered where Chris got that. And in my second letter, I found out. Now, I'm also curious, if you live in the North Country, do you change oil in the winter? I don't even know. I've never lived any further north than the Missouri Ozarks where I live now, so I don't know. If you get up into, Wisconsin and the Dakotas and into Canada, you may have to change oil in the winter, and I can understand how that would be a deal because it gets so cold. But I'm curious where that line is, where you have to change your oil viscosity. Anyway, put it in the comments below if you've got an idea about that. Let's get to letter number 2. And letter number 2 comes from Phil. And Phil says, "My question for you is I do not use my tractor very often. How often should I start it when I'm not using it frequently? I do keep it in a garage at all times." Phil. Well, Phil, my opinion about that, there's starting it and letting it run for a few minutes, and then there's actually starting it and getting it out and using it. And I'm going to give you my opinion, and then I'm going to tell you how these two letters are connected with AI here in just a second. If it were me, I would, at a minimum, try to get that tractor out once a month and not only start it, but run it. Run it around your property, engage the PTO, move the 3-point up and down, get your tractor loader up, curl your bucket, and use the things you would use when it was in season and you were using your tractor often. Just to get the grease flowing around, bearings and things like that, and make sure your PTO engages. I would turn my lights on and run the electrical system just to make sure there's no mice building nests in there, and just kind of use it. And if you can do that once a month, just find a day when it's not as cold as the rest of the week, and just get out and ride around on that tractor a while and engage everything. Better if you could work it, if you've got a bush hog hooked up and you've got a little patch that you didn't get done, get that done too. But that is my opinion, once a month at the minimum. Now, in a perfect world, if you could do it every 2 weeks, it's better. And, a lot of times sitting is harder on a tractor than actually using it. So, if you could do it once a week, that'd be great. But I realize that's something we just get busy and don't think about. So that's my opinion. And I'm sure a lot of you are going to have opinions too. Put it in the comments down below. Now, let's get to the reason these two letters are tied together. And then I'm going to talk about what I'm going to do this weekend to protect my tractor a little bit later on that relates to all of this. I'm going to read what I Googled this topic about how often to start a tractor in the winter to see what the rest of the world thought, because I knew there would be a lot of opinions about this, and I got AI. And, AI is never wrong. So let me read you what AI said. AI said you should start your tractor about once a month in the winter to keep the battery charged and the fluids circulating. However, it's crucial to run it long enough to reach a normal operating temperature, which usually means idling for 10 to 15 minutes to burn off condensation and prevent engine wear. Using an engine block heater, battery warmer, a battery warmer? I don't know that I've ever seen one of those, and winter grade oil can further aid cold weather starting. So I'm wondering if maybe that's where Chris got the winter grade oil thing off of AI. And of course, AI is never wrong. So actually, what it says there is pretty good. So I'm going to say that AI didn't do too bad on the answer there. But I don't know if you're where we live. Don't change the oil. Just run what you got. Now, last thing today I want to tell you about, and I've done videos on this. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. In my barn is a 5-gallon container of diesel, and I'm going to put it in my tractor today, and I'm going to treat my tractor. I'm going to pour in some anti-gel ingredient because it can get cold here, and if it gets down to around 10 degrees, the fuel in your fuel tank will gel. It'll turn into mush, kind of a snow cone, and it's just nasty. And so this is a good time of year. If you bought a fuel and it's been sitting around a while, and I bought this fuel literally in August, and I haven't used my tractor that much since then, there is no anti-gelling or winter treatment in that fuel. And so it is important that I dump it in my fuel tank and then drive my tractor around to make sure it's all circulated to prevent gelling. Because if it comes a big snow and then the temperature drops, I'll need to get out with a blade and blade my driveway. And if the tractor won't start because the fuel tank is gelled up, that's a bad thing. It's there's some things you can do to get it remedied, but generally what most people have to do is to wait till it warms up before the tractor will start again, and I don't want to have to do that. If I've got a foot of snow on the driveway, I want to get it off. So if you've got some fuel that was sold in September, or even probably in early October, and you live in the Midwest. Now, up north may be a different situation, but the fuel, the diesel fuel that is sold in the fall is not treated. There's no reason for them to spend extra money to treat that fuel for gelling. Now, if it's delivered this time of year and there's a possibility it could get real cold, that has treatment in it because the fuel companies don't want it to gel up in the delivery tank. So if you've got some fuel that's been around a little while, dump it in the tractor, put the anti-gelling in there, drive the tractor around, and then you're protected if it gets down around 10 degrees. I appreciate you watching my videos. I would be honored if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can do that by clicking the mic face icon. Make sure you check a bell so you get notified when I post future videos. Here's a link to the Tractor Fun Store. That's where I make my living. There's some cool things there for sale for the tractor owner. And here's another couple of videos you might want to watch related to this topic. Thanks for watching.